Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of SolitaryCraft. We're having quite the lightning storm right now. I almost got struck by lightning. I figured it would happen as soon as I started recording. So I wanted to show you guys something. I was looking through the MFR stuff the other day, and I saw this cobblestone upgrade, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out what you would use that for. And then it occurred to me, I needed to make some rubber. So I got some Mine Factory rubber saplings. I put the cobble upgrade in here so that the fertilizer and the harvester, they only look at this one block. Same with the planter. So it only plants one tree, it fertilizes it, chops it down very quickly. And if you need to get rubber, this is a really good way to get a lot of rubber in a short amount of time. The only problem is occasionally, I don't know if it's a tick problem or what, but sometimes the bottom block will get harvested before this block, and the planter will actually plant the sapling before the whole tree gets chopped down, and then everything locks up. So I put a switch on the fertilizer just so I could turn that off when I needed to. I have the rubber set to cook automatically, and we have quite a bit of it in here right now. Got about 1,000 rubber. I think that'll last a while. I went ahead and made the compressor and the extractor because we're going to need those to make some of the advanced machines. We're going to need advanced machine casings. And I figure what we might as well do is go ahead and go to geothermal energy. I've already made the ore washing plant. If you notice, the power requirement is 16 EU. I'm not sure if it's like a GregTech machine and it won't run if it doesn't have 16. But we can actually test that right now. We'll take some of this crushed stuff, and we'll put our ore washing plant down, and we'll see what happens. I had to make some of these for something. I'm sure we'll get to that in just a minute. So I think I might have just gotten a machine block back. I did. So I'm going to have to make a new metal former. The GregTech wrench doesn't give you back machine blocks. I was hoping this one acted similarly, but it does not. So there's your warning. You might get a basic machine casing back. When I moved them before, it was not an issue. So we'll have to build an electric wrench before we get to that. So here's our ore washing plant. We'll put it right here. It's only going to get 10 EU per tick. It is filling up. Oh, I think we have to give this thing water also. What can I do with that? I think I might have an accumulator in here. I do. Excellent. And just for now, we'll pop it down here. I think I have a fluid duct. I do. And I just so happen to have 2 water buckets. Awesome. So we'll put them right there. We're filling up with water. So we'll put this stuff in here. We'll see what happens. Kind of curious to see what it does if it gets insufficient power. It might just take a lot longer. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. We'll see how that goes. So we definitely need the metal former because we have to make 10 cells, and you put a plate in the metal former on extruding mode, I believe. Let's see if I have enough stuff in here to make this. I don't. Here's the big pain here. These things, luckily I can make 2 of them. We'll have to make more of these. Not enough cable, unfortunately. Okay, there's our new metal former. I'm going to need to make a couple of these just so we can automate it. I'll leave one on extruding and one on rolling. Let me turn down my speakers a little bit. That lightning is pretty loud. So this thing is blinking, meaning it's not getting enough power. I'm not really sure. I can't tell if it's continuing its cycle or not. It looks like it is, but it's very slow. And there we go. So I don't want to let that run because it's not really going to do us a lot of good if it doesn't have enough power. Let's put some of this stuff away. And I think that it's, I guess it takes 9 of those now. Yeah, because they're tiny piles. So whatever I said last episode about tripling the ore, it doesn't quite triple it, but you definitely get more than you would have. So what were we working on? We need to make some cells. Let me verify this. It's not what I wanted. Yeah, extruding mode on the tin plate. And once this buffer fills up, this will get enough energy. I'll go ahead and make a half a stack of those. I'm not sure how many cells we're going to need. We have the ender tank with lava. We should, so that's not an issue. We'll be able to fill up the geothermals pretty easily with that. So unfortunately, there aren't a lot of options for EU power. You have your solid fuel generators, you have your geothermals. I believe you can make a steam turbine, but I don't even know what it takes to craft that. A bunch of steel, which we can do, and then you have to make probably one of these. I'm not really sure what that outputs. We'll definitely check that out in the future, but for right now, I think geothermal is much easier. So we'll go ahead and make as many as we can. I think we can only make 2. We've got 2 regular generators in the system here. I can't hook up more than one. This tin cable will not handle it. We could do copper cable. Probably not a bad idea anyway. And this is what I needed these for. Alright, so we'll make 2 of these. And we have our fluid ducts. Let me see what we can do with the wrench here. We have to make a small power unit. We may be able to make that now. Alright, here's our electric wrench. Make sure we're on lossless mode. Obviously, we're going to have to charge it. And hopefully this has been changed so that you can do it. You can use it more than once without having to recharge it. That was such a pain. And I think we're good on cells. So I'm going to throw all this stuff back in here. I think we'll take some copper. And I needed some of that. I wanted some of that insulated cable. As soon as this is done, we'll get some power back to the metal former. Then we can pick up this generator and turn it into a geothermal. And I hope this makes me cable. If not, I'm in trouble. Yep, good. Okay. So we'll let that go one more, then I'll pop it out. And the first thing we'll pick up is this guy. And it did take most of our power. It took 10,000 power, which is kind of ridiculous. So we'll go ahead and pick that up for now. I don't think we're going to need it for a while. I'm going to spend more time waiting for the wrench to charge than anything. All right, and I'm pretty sure the generators aren't governed by that same rule. If so, they're cheap enough to make. It's not a huge issue. I just want to save a charge in this in case we need it. So let's get our bat box. And the output is 32 on this. I'm not sure if we put 2 geothermals in front of it, if it'll blow up or not. So let's see if we get this. We got it. Okay, good. I never remember what the deal is with generators. So we're going to want to make a LV transformer. And I probably did not make enough copper cable. Never have enough of that. All right, and I probably should have made the other one in geothermal, but that's okay. So let's cover the floor back up. We can get rid of this for now because we're not going to need it. I think I have a little bit of room in here to do some work. And I actually hope to get all this done in the last episode, but it took so much to craft all of those plates and everything that it was quite an ordeal. So let's put our geothermal generators. I think I'm just going to put 2 on the bat box for now. I'll leave a spot for the other one. And we'll put our ender tank back here. And we'll put some fluid ducts as well. Well, we'll do 1 for now. We'll auto output that. Both of these guys are humming along. And we're going to need a bunch of this. And let's see, the bat box will go like this, but we'll turn it. The dot's the output. I'm kind of tempted to just hook it up and see what happens. You think I should? Let's do it. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to back up. So that's 40 EU going to this 32 EU machine. Once it fills up, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'll hang out a minute and we'll see. I definitely don't want to put the other geothermal on this, because at that point, we may or may not be wasting energy. Though that would keep the bat box full all the time. And when I say wasting energy, it's not really wasting it, but I mean we're not getting our full throughput. Okay, nothing blew up. That is very good. Alright, so we need to just make sure we hook up all of these machines. The ore washing plant, I thought it said 48 EU. That was that other thing, the I'm still not familiar with my machines yet. There was another machine we needed. Maybe it was the thermal centrifuge. I still am not sure what that machine does. Anyway, so let's put our cable in the floor here. And this is nothing that we need to worry about not being visible. And that's all the cable. So let's put the macerator here. And I would normally leave some spaces, but we'll put the metal former next. And I'll just make some more cables since we're going to put that thing down first. So there should be plenty of power to run everything. Let's do... We'll do the ore washing plant right here. And we'll probably have to pump water in the back. Somehow. I'll worry about the water a little later. I'm going to have to doctor up this side of it anyway. And then we can run the rest of our cable over here. I'm not sure about the energy loss on this cable anymore. I haven't seen anybody mention it anywhere, so I'm going to assume that it's not the same as it used to be for now. I'll replace this with fiber cable at some point anyway, so let's put the compressor here, and we'll put the extractor right here. Beautiful thing about the extractor is I can take the leftover rubber wood, of which I probably have a lot, and get rubber out of it. And don't the new machines look so pretty? I really like what they did with them design-wise. Alright, so I'm going to need to make some advanced machine casings for stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and do that on my own. But if you recall, it's basically the same recipe as the other one. Just like this, the carbon plate recipe is the same, except for the raw carbon fiber only costs you 3 pulverized coal or coal dust now. and the mixed metal ingots have changed to plates. So it's tin, bronze, and iron. So I'm going to have to make a bunch of that stuff in between episodes. I just wanted to go ahead and get this all set up so I could do what I need to do by hand, get everything made that we're going to need to make, and then we can start automating stuff once we have all the machines we're going to need. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. That's all I really wanted and needed to get done. And I also need to probably overhaul this room a little bit, make it look a little better as far as, you know, I have the dimensional anchor just in the middle of the floor. I need to make some steps up there, and I didn't even worry about this thing since I fly all the time. It's not really an issue. So we'll just do this for now, and then once we've got... Is somebody shooting at me? Somebody is shooting at me. Once we've got all the machines we're going to need, then I'll go ahead and we're going to have to run some more power. I think what we'll do is probably make about, I don't know, 6-ish geothermal generators, and then we'll split it off into, you know, if we need to dumb something down to LV, we'll make a transformer for that. Probably put them all into a CESU to start, which is now the new MFE. That's the 128, and the MFE, I believe, is 512. I don't even know what the MFSU is now. 2048, which is nuts. So we're going to need a bunch of power. Obviously, I like solars because, you know, once you invest the resources, you know, if you make the ultimate hybrid, it makes a lot of power even at night. So we'll get there at some point. Unfortunately, we do not have compact solars. So, I mean, solar panels are easy. You can make those. You know, we could make a couple of these right now because it doesn't take any advanced things. It's just a matter of crafting all the plates to make the circuits and cutting all the cable and stuff like that. So we'll get to that. But what I'd like to do to start is make a few more geothermals, make a CESU, and then just step the power down where we need to. Because the advanced machines like the induction smelter or induction furnace, see, that'll take 128 EU, whereas these machines will not unless you put a transformer upgrade in them, which actually isn't a bad idea. So we may look at that as well. I always like to do that in the past. But the upgrade takes an MV transformer. It's not a cheap recipe, but it is worth it. So I'm going to get to work on making some advanced machine blocks and carbon plates, advanced alloys, all that kind of fun stuff. I'll make as many machines as I think we'll need. And then I want to start automating as soon as possible. So we may actually just leave this group of machines here, since these are the basic machines, and just make some more power somewhere else and set the stuff up maybe downstairs somewhere. I don't know. So that'll do it, guys. About the endgame mod, it only works in single player, and I play this on a local server in my bedroom in case I need to let a quarry run overnight. So I don't know if the guy is going to make it multiplayer or not. So I'm going to hold off on adding that mod at least until I can run a few more quarries, and then I can just play single player. But I really like letting the other computer do the work instead of my computer. So I'm sure we'll get the endgame mod but let's wait a little while before we check it out. So as usual, if you guys have any questions, comments, etc., please leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.